we have been able to program the Braccio robotic arm to be able to pick at a particular location, show it to the sensor, and then drop it at a particular location. So in this video, I'm about to show you now, you're going to see how it is going to pick, because the ultrasound sensor is positioned at a particular distance. It is measured. So it is positioned at a particular distance, so that whenever the distance, a sponge is placed at that very particular distance, it can be able to detect it and now trigger the robotic arm to start moving. So the sensor is placed here, that is the color sensor, which now detects it. And the color sensor is ranged or is calibrated at a delay of 10 seconds, so that it can be able to read the exact color that is placed before it. So right now I'm going to display it so that you see how it is done. So we have the code that is doing everything. So now I'm going to start with the pink color. So this is the pink color. If you place this thing here, the ultrasound cannot be able to detect it. If you place it too close, it cannot be able to detect it. But until you place it at a distance of 4 to 7, then it can now be able to do what? Detect it. Then it is now picking. Then it is going to pick it, take it to the color sensor, and now the color sensor will now interpret the exact color that has been picked, and it will now display it on the serial monitor. So this is the serial monitor where it is going to display it. So which means pink is picked. So it will drop it here and go back to its starting position. So now when we now put, this is a yellow sponge. When we now put the yellow sponge at a distance, then the ultrasound sensor will now dictate the distance. So the distance is calibrated until it is able to get the distance. That is when the thing will now start moving. So it has a distance that it can be able to pick. So it has been able to take the distance. Then it will now go and show it to the color sensor. Then the color sensor will now detect the color, and it has a delay time. I purposely put the 10 seconds delay time so that it can be able to read the color very, very well. Then this is the yellow for the yellow. It has been able to drop the yellow sponge. So now we are going to give it again the blue color to see if it can be able to detect it. So now when we place the blue color at the distance, then it will now, we are waiting, then the thing have carried it. Then it will now come and show it to the color sensor. Then it has a delay time of 10 seconds. So it will now detect the exact color that is placed before it and now drop. So you see it has dropped it here, which is the blue color. So now let us test again to see if it can be able to detect the pink. So we place the pink again at a distance which is reached. So here we now take it again to the color sensor. It will now show it to the color sensor. The color sensor will now read the color that is placed before it and now drop it at a particular position. So the pink is picked. So now the major problem with this ultrasound sensor is that it does not pick at a particular angle. For instance, if we keep this now and the thing now comes to carry it, and we decide to change the angle, assuming an angle is changed, I have varied the angle now. Let us see if it can be able to detect it, because it is at an angle. One of the major problems of the ultrasound sensor is that it does not, or the color sensor is that it does not detect color when it is placed at an angle. So it can only be placed exactly on top of it. So you see, the thing now said no unidentified color. So if the color is unidentified, it will take it back to its former position. So this is one of the challenge. So which means it has to pick at a particular angle on the horizontal plane before it can be able to detect it. So this is what we are trying to talk. So after this now we are going to also run another color to see if it actually detects it. So now it is going to show the pink color. So pink picked. So now we are going to turn this upside down and see if it can actually detect this very particular color. So now I turn this way. Let me turn it this way and see if it can be able to give me a particular color. So this color sensor is going to read this point. Let's know if it is okay enough to detect the color. So now, if no color is identified, it will take it back to its original position. So let us see what happens. It is now taking it back to its original position, telling you that no color is identified. Okay, so thank you for watching. Maybe in our next video we are going to integrate the alarm and the LED, the buzzer and the LED to signal the vicinity that a particular Braccio amp is in action. So that is it. Okay, we have innovated the mechanism of the picking and dropping so that it should be able to make a sound or signal the vicinity that it is picking a heavy load. So currently we're able to add the buzzer and an LED. So we're going to display it so that you see how it works. So this is it.
This are check whether the code is okay first. Whether it is the buzzer or let us put light and put the light.
So it will stop when the thing gets to its starting position. So now we're going to start with the second one. This is yellow. Okay, it can only stop when it must have finished its task. Okay, now let us try the blue color.
Now listen, now only.
Okay, so everything is working perfect. The distance between each has been marked So you will see the distance in the report, and everything is working perfectly. So thank you.